Welcome back to SpeedChat Plus, where I don't know, we just talk about video games and stuff. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Michael?
Hey, I'm good. I feeling good and got back from a couple trips that I took. So it's been a minute since we filmed one of these,
It
but I'm
has. It's
ready
been
to.
like almost a month. I said we'd be back in September, and now it's like it's almost mid-September. It feels like it
Yeah,
went by so fast.
I left on August 14th for Gamescom, and now it's like almost mid-September basically, like
Yeah.
as we're filming this. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
And there's been so much that happened and so much to catch up on that we're going to absolutely try to catch up on as much of it as we can, at least the main bullet points and the big game releases and whatnot. But if anything, I want to know like how are you doing? How are you doing, Mr. Michael?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of rest and a lot of chilling and trying to get back into the groove of like content and streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like just taking it easy, really, at the end of the day. Because I traveled for like, I think it was the longest I've ever been gone from home, like 3 whole weeks and
Mm-hmm.
bouncing around different locations and stuff like that. Kind of
At
like,
least a couple,
living,
right? Like
yeah,
where'd you go?
I went to so I flew to Frankfurt to take the train to Cologne in Germany, and then I basically hung out there for a week. Took the train back to the airport, and then I flew straight to the Pacific Northwest to go to Seattle for PAX West.
I can only
So
imagine the time jump. What is that's literally on opposite sides of the world. Is that a
it
full
basically
12
it kind of
hours?
is. It's not a full 12 hours. From where I am to Germany, it's 9 hours because
Okay.
yeah, because
And that's the same time zone because Vegas and Seattle are the same time zone,
yeah,
right?
the way
Yeah.
that I know is that like when I used to live in Texas, if I would go somewhere like London or something, it
Mm-hmm.
was like a 6 hour time difference. And then minus 2 hours from there is Pacific time, so that would be 8 hours. But plus one from the UK is where like Germany, Amsterdam, mid Europe is.
That's a
So
lot of math. You've already
it
lost
is.
me. It's like
It's
plus two, minus one,
plus,
plus
yeah,
eight,
carry the
carry the one.
three. Yeah, exactly. Long story short, it's Central European time. It's one
Mm-hmm.
time zone after like UK. That's all you got to know. So for me, it's 9 hour time difference. It's still a big jump both
Mm-hmm.
ways. Like it's at least like a 10 hour flight both ways
Yeah,
to
see,
get.
I'm used to being West
Yeah,
Coast, so my brain always goes, all right,
yeah,
East Coast is plus three, UK is plus eight, except for that weird time of year where there's like
yeah.
no no daylight savings, then it's plus seven, but only in some places. Time zones are confusing. I
Time
live
is
in the
just
moment.
made up. Time is just made up anyway. Like someone just decided, hey, we should like,
We should
here's
start
a clock.
tracking this.
We should
And
start
that's
like
when the trouble started.
yeah, the sun goes down. We should do something about that. Maybe find time to rest and
How come
sleep.
sun go down at different points?
Yeah,
It's higher, it's here longer on some days than others. We should track that. Somebody write that down.
write that down. Write that down. But yeah, big time zone jumps. So, but now I'm acclimated back to home time zone. So
Hmm.
that's good.
I
Yeah,
also noticed that your background is a little less backgroundy. I see your bed and all of your stuffed animals. I see the taco back
I
there
have
actually.
the taco is back there from like.
Have we always both had the same exact taco?
Well, I remember getting it at PAX West actually, like like a couple years or a few years
Really?
ago.
I feel like up here.
Um,
You keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can find mine.
Yeah, I have a lot of plushies here, like the chicken nugget, the Twitch pillow. I have like the little St. Jude cupcake. I have some Sonic, like the Hedgehog pillows that I got at a exclusive like Top Golf activation at Top Golf Las Vegas. There's also a DreamHack like controller, and then Flippy from the hit game Toontown is in the background there. So I also have Buck Ruffler and
I
uh,
have the same taco.
you do. You do have the same taco. Yeah. Well, hey, isn't it what day is it? At least for me. Oh no, Taco Tuesday was has already
I
passed,
know it's
so
not Taco Tuesday, but it can be Taco
it could
Thursday.
be
This is
Taco
going up on a
Thursday.
Thursday, so Taco
Hey,
Thursday.
everybody get some
Hey.
tacos. What's your favorite taco?
That's one from Taco Bell.
Let's talk about it. There you go.
No, low
Yeah, I
key
have
though,
some.
you can't go wrong
Yeah,
with those street tacos. They hit. They do.
true. So true. But yeah, I have like a bunch of random stuff on here.
Hmm.
I was probably gonna
Hang out
make it a
with
little
me.
more I was gonna make it a little more clean and neat because we all know that Aaron has like shelving. For me, my bed is back here, so I can't really do that. But
Mm.
I can at least make things look nice and pretty and
I
all
mean,
that
that's what the
stuff.
green screen was for, right? Like that, because you could make it anything you
Yeah.
wanted to be.
I mean, I can still try to put the green screen up. It basically fell over on one of my streams, and ever since it's got like these wrinkles that I'm pretty sure I could just iron out and just like get a towel and just like
But do
straighten it
you
out.
have an iron? Is the question.
Do I have an iron?
Actually, knowing
To
that
be,
household,
I
I bet there is an iron in there somewhere, but you have to
there
dig it out
probably
of
is.
one of like the 4 closets. If so, don't quote me on this, but I remember seeing one in the front closet. After you walk in the front door, you turn right, and you know there's the archway, that closet under the stairs. I swear there's an iron in there because when Tim lived there, he was like taking me around the house and showing me how clean everything was or wasn't depending on the
God.
area. And we went through that and he's all like, "Oh, dang, we got one of these in here. Oh, snap, there's an ironing board." And so there actually might
Right?
be an iron.
I'm
It's
pretty
worth a
sure there
shot.
is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I'm just lazy to lift the green screen all the way downstairs and then I have to lift it all the way back. It's actually quite heavy. So,
Oh no, I mean I have the same one. It's just over there,
yeah.
and so
So
I
for
bring it over and I
now,
set it up whenever I do a recording, and I close it up and put it back into the corner when I'm
exactly.
done.
It's so easy to set up, right? Shout out Elgato. But
Oh,
while
shout out
it's
Elgato
all
for real, for real.
for real, while it's all little, under repairs, maybe I don't know. I might be too lazy to repair it, but you get the little bed plushie set up back here. This is what
For sure.
I'm.
Or you
I
just
got.
just hit up Elgato and be like, "Hey, listen, I need like the new green screen. You know the new one.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one that you guys haven't released yet, the
The
2.0.
version
That's
2.0.
it's coming
Yeah,
out
it's like the
probably.
cogs, like
Yeah, like
Toontown.
Toontown.
Yeah, it
Or
all
what you
goes back
could
to
do
Toontown.
is angle your like camera a little bit so they don't see your bed and just the pink wall, and you can like key out the pink, you know?
Well, if key out the pink, right? I mean, you could
And
stare
then
at
it
the
just says
sign.
Smirky. It's like you have
It
one of
just
those
says
little
Smirky.
Toontown name tags
It's
above your
me.
head.
It's
It's
me.
perfect.
Yeah, right.
What
Exactly.
else
Yeah.
barking about? Hold on.
Reno is going nuts back there. Maybe Reno needs to make a guest appearance on the podcast. Reno could be our first guest on the podcast. I don't know. Chat, do you want to see Reno? Chat. Comment section. Do you want? Hey, chat's basically
Dude
the
stuck
comment
in the
section.
stream.
Oh,
Yeah,
Reno is
so
so
he's here
cute.
home with me now. Yes, you are. You're so
Yeah.
happy. I know you are. He was actually really quiet up until like 5 seconds ago. I don't know. He must have
Oh,
heard something. Mailman, most likely. So,
probably.
mm,
Oh, so cute.
all right, go
Maybe
do
Reno
whatever.
has like game predictions or something.
Oh, he
I
knows
don't
what's
know.
happening in the Nintendo Direct that's happening tomorrow that we'll talk about
That's
as well.
right.
That's
It's
so
coming
true.
out
But
soon.
let's
Yeah.
get into video gaming, huh? Let me get into my first and only shout out because there's probably a million things I could shout out, but I wanted to pick out one that I thought was funny.
Okay.
So we have PETA who tweets out calling out Nintendo, being all like, "Why would you put a little nose ring on the cow? The cow didn't ask for this."
Oh,
And then they
that's
have like this
right.
really poorly drawn like Isabelle wearing like a choke chain, and I'm all like, "What's going on?" Nintendo wouldn't put Isabelle in a torture device, right? So why do it to cow? Not just a cow or the cow, but like as if their official license name was Cow. It says it on their birth certificate,
That's
Cow.
right. First name
So
Cal.
the thing
Last
that's
name
even
question mark?
funnier about this post though is just the Nintendo, like the internet's reaction to it. The one I'm gonna share is this wonderful little video of somebody who went out of their way to hurt the cow any way possible that they could in Mario Worlds. What's the Mario one? I'm thinking Sonic. Mario Kart World. How
Mario
come
Kart
all of
World.
the racing games have World in it? You know, Sonic Crossworlds,
It's a
Mario
hey,
Kart World.
it's a big world out there,
It
okay?
is. What's the official name for Garfield Kart 2? Is that have World in it as well? I wouldn't
Isn't that-
doubt it.
I think it's just Garfield kart racing.
Well, it should be
Yeah.
Garfield Kart Racing 2 World Cup Tour
Deluxe
Worlds
edition
with
Yeah.
extra worlds.
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles Deluxe Edition. So that was
Electric
my
Beluga.
shout out for the day.
I have to give a big shout out to my friend Malamar, aka Mega Malamar, who
Hmm.
just got announced by the Pokemon Company. They did a whole like marketing campaign where it was like, and the Pokemon of the day is Malamar, my friend Malamar. It was actually kind of funny. I know a couple friends that like got gifted like Malamar merch.
Oh,
Like
that's cool.
they were really leaning into Malamar.
Hmm.
And they were even like posting 3DS clips of like, the 3DS is upside down and Inkay is evolving into Malamar. They really played into it for a while
Oh,
there.
that's
So
fun. I like that.
shout out to my friend, I mean, my worst enemy, Malamar, especially Mega Malamar. It's absolutely terrifying, but also a skinny legend. So shout
And
out
probably
Malamar.
gonna be in Pokemon Z through A, right?
Pokemon Legends Z through 8. That's
Hmm.
right. Mega Malamar will be
That
in
is
Z to 8.
next month, and it's like right in between Ghost of Yotei and Little Nightmares 3, and I do not have time for all these games.
I also
Ah!
will not be I will not be home when it releases anyway because that's when badge pickup starts for
Isn't
TwitchCon.
that
So,
crazy? They choose the same
yep,
weekend. I mean, I know why they like front load everything in September, October, November as far as video
November.
games
Yeah.
go. It's because it's the holiday season. But like, why you gotta like front load everything in the same three
Literally.
months? Like, spread them out. Give me some time to work on one thing before I move on to the next.
I know, I know. There's so many games coming out that we
Hmm.
gotta talk about.
But let's backtrack to a couple that are already out. I do want to jump back to the Mario Kart World versus Sonic Crossworlds debate because
Okay.
did you ever anywhere in your travels get a chance to play Mario Kart World yet?
I got my hands on it. Well, before I went to Gamescom, I
Hmm.
did stay in Orlando for GCX before the whole Toonfest thing happened.
Hmm.
And I was rooming with a friend, and they ended up having their Switch too with Mario Kart World. So that was when I first got my hands on it.
Okay.
And then at Gamescom, Nintendo, Deutschland had like everything under the sun there because they had a big booth. They had a lot of stuff going on.
Hmm.
They had all the Switch 2s, they had all the games, Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition, all, TV, like everything. And Mario Kart World was there, so I hopped in like the very short line to play that game.
Okay.
I also hopped in a very short line to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. So like
Also
they
a
had
terrific
everything.
game. Hmm.
They had games that hadn't come out yet, and then they also had some games that I'll talk about later that are not out yet that are highly anticipated. But
Hmm.
yeah, Mario Kart World, I've played a little bit of it.
All
Of
right.
course, I
I
don't
just
own it. I don't have a Switch 2.
totally fine. Just wanted to make sure that you were like familiar with it because I know you've seen footage. I know you've seen other people play it. But as far as
Yep.
like the way that it feels to play that versus like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I know you've had experience with that. I've had experience with that. And so I'm just wondering, where do you feel on both of these? What do you see standing out in one versus the other? And which one, if they were both set in front of you right now, are you picking up the controller to play?
Ooh, yeah, it's a good debate because, like, I mean, I remember how the hype was for Mario Kart World when that game was coming out, and I'm seeing how hype the Sonic community is for Crossworlds. So,
Mm.
I've definitely played both, and I don't know, like, if I had a Switch 2, I think my answer might be a little bit different, but because I don't, like, obviously, if I'm handed a controller for a game, uh, at least that I own, it's definitely going to be Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Across the board, I'd probably like lean a little more towards Crossworlds at first. They have like DLC, they have new characters that are like on the horizon, which I don't believe Mario Kart World necessarily does to our understanding right now.
So
Maybe they'll do another booster pass. We
as a
don't
quick
know.
like tangent there, do you know how unlocking new characters in Mario Kart Cross Worlds work?
A little bit. I mean, I know there are like other skins that you
Hmm.
unlock, and there are a few characters that you unlock as you like play through the game and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So most of it is like character skins though, and instead of being able, instead of
Yeah.
like Smash Bros where you can swap through them right away, you have to unlock them by like specifically racing, specifically picking up one of the food items, and then using the food item to transform. But you have to
Yep.
use a specific food item in order, like as a specific character, in order to transform into the specific skin, in order to get
It's a
that skin on
lot.
your roster. It's complicated. It's a little
Yeah.
too much if you ask me. Like the idea of it
Yeah.
sounds fun, but because of how many different like character skins there are, it just feels like it's a little too much. Now, I don't know how
Yeah.
Sonic Crossworlds is going to go about unlocking things. I don't know if it's like as you level up or if they have like a single player campaign that you unlock characters through then. But as long as it's less complicated than that, like it doesn't need to be easy, right? It doesn't need to be easy, but less
No,
complicated, more
it just needs to be
straightforward.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it can
yeah,
be like a challenge, kind of like in Smash Bros. In order to unlock a character, you have to beat them in a fight, but you need to have it be more straightforward and less
yeah,
complicated. So
yeah,
we'll see where they go
definitely.
with that. Because as of right now, it looks like it's a huge roster, and we don't even know what the half of it is yet.
No, we really don't. Like, I mean, there's still a lot of speculation. I see like the fan made like leaks or whatever, which they're
Mm-hmm.
not leaks. They're just like fan made like wish lists essentially for what like Sonic characters you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that they're gonna make characters for TMNT and I believe Avatar: The Last
I
Airbenders.
did
That
hear
was like
about that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those were like confirmed in like I think it was the trailer they did at it was either Summer Game Fest or something where it was like, yeah, these are the franchises where
It
like
was
they,
between the last time we recorded one of these and now, so it was one of
yeah.
those.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm pretty excited for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I'm a little biased because I did get a lot of hands-on time with it at Sega's Gamescom booth. I even streamed from their
Oh
booth,
yeah, and those
which
did well for
is
you. You uploaded them to YouTube and they
yeah.
caught a lot of attention. I think the number one comment I saw that kept appearing over and over again were people like, "Finally, someone who knows how to race is playing
I
this
know how to
game."
play these games. I have enough. Listen, I do have enough Mario Kart experience under my belt first and foremost. I have also played like All Stars Racing Transformed with Sonic, but
Hmm.
Mario Kart is really where I got my grip per se. And I don't know, when I started playing Sonic Racing Crossworlds, it just kind of clicked, and I kind of knew what I was doing. I knew how to
Oh, it's
navigate the
intuitive.
drifting.
It's really
It
easy to
is.
pick up. Yeah.
Yeah, if you played like the closed or open network tests, y'all know how much fun it is. And
Hmm.
I streamed both of those, and oh my God, I'm just so ready for the game to come out this month. I'm gonna be playing a lot more of it for sure. Just knowing that my footage was some of the like first footage that people were seeing, people in chat were like asking me to like play specific characters so we could see animations or dialogue that
Oh, and they
had
loved
never
hearing the
been
voice lines of
premiered.
like the
They
rival
love the
voice
voice lines.
lines. Hmm.
The interactions are great. The victory themes and everything are great. Like some of my footage was ending up in like compilations that were all like fan made, which is cute.
That's awesome.
Just knowing that like hundreds of thousands of people were like watching some of the footage on like across like Twitter, YouTube, stuff like
Hmm.
that. It's been a while since I've had any footage that I've cultivated that has like seen that many eyes, if at all. So,
I'll tell you what,
um,
like part of it is the more you expand and the more you like kind of dip your toes into different pools, the higher chance that one of those will explode. That's just how it goes.
yeah,
And so
it's
you
how it
really
goes.
you hit a break right there, and I think that's awesome for you.
Yeah, so and I mean that's part of the beauty of traveling around and going to these events that are way outside the scope of, what I normally do. Like
Hmm.
if I only went to one event a year, that being like a Toon Fest or anything that really
Or
is niche
TwitchCon or
for me,
something.
or
Yeah, very
TwitchCon.
specific.
Yeah, like I'd have a great time and there's more out there to see, there's more out there to experience, there's more people to meet and that's, part of the, draw for me to try to go to an event like Gamescom or even like outside the industry with CES every year. There's a lot of value I get out of those. So,
Hmm.
I don't know, some interesting insight there, but God, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I'm so excited for that game. Mario Kart World's a great game too.
It
I
is.
love like some of the
Absolutely.
music in that game. Like, oh my God, top tier. The music in both games is great.
Yeah,
I have
and
to
when it
say.
comes down to it, I've played both of them. I own Mario Kart World. My wife and I like to play it together in the evenings. She's like, "Can we just play some Mario Kart together?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, absolutely."
Of course.
But
Yeah.
because I've now had so much time to play both, I do see kind of the glaring contrast between them.
Yeah.
Mario Kart World does
Mhm.
still feel pretty cookie cutter Mario Kart, where like it does Mario Kart well, but it didn't
It
do better
does.
than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart 8
Hmm.
Deluxe introduced so many different settings, so many different race courses, so many different characters, and then to like strip a lot of that away and then just provide maybe a couple new settings that weren't really all that exciting.
And a few new characters
Yeah,
that can be exciting,
it
like
can
Cal.
be, but it's like you
Yeah.
also took away some. And so when it comes down to it, one of the biggest complaints I hear is that like it is really difficult to just set it to do a normal 3-lap race. The game insists on doing the connecting races, and you can't even like play online in normal 3-lap races unless you do. I don't even know if it's unless you do a specific setting, or from what I can tell, you just can't do it. And you can't limit items either. There's no way to go into the settings and do selective items. I know in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we like to go in and get rid of the lightning because that one was really annoying. And
Yeah.
in Mario Kart World, you can either do regular items, frantic items, or mushrooms only. And at this point, I just do mushrooms only so that I don't have to deal with the annoying ones, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just how it is. They stripped away some things. The game still feels good to play, but then I pick up Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and it is so intuitive and so smooth. I don't know if you've played Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, but it's almost like
little bit,
that
yeah.
without the
Yeah.
without the higher skill ceiling, where that game you can get really good at it, but it is really hard to get really good at it. Where with Sonic Racing Crossworlds, you could pretty much pick it up and already feel like you're good at it. And I think that's a great feeling. That's what you
Exactly.
want from
That's what I felt.
yeah, that's what you want from a racing game. You want to pick it up and already feel like that you're good, and but that you can still get better as well. Like the actual turning, the movement, the items all feel really good. It feels rewarding. It feels intuitive. And the only complaint I have is that I felt like I played the same 3 tracks over and over again. But that is because it was the beta test where they only had 3 tracks, and it looks like upon release they're gonna have a ton more. So that really shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, even in the Gamescom demo, I only could play like 9 total tracks, and I mean, there's also tracks like in between the Crossworlds, right? So, I mean, but they're gonna have a lot more. They've already been previewing a lot of them on Twitter, and they're like basically love letters to the community with all the references, and it's pretty solid.
And then like the
So,
specific character ones, like the Pac-Man one coming in,
yep.
it's gonna be great. It looks like it's gonna be great. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
although everyone was pretty hyped for Mario Kart World, and it was a good game. I don't
People
know if
thought Listen, people thought that like Sonic Racing Crossworlds was doomed because of Mario Kart World.
that's
But
crazy.
they turned around, like the producers turned around and they were like, "Oh yeah, like we knew they were probably going to release a Mario Kart, but we were already working on Crossworlds." Like,
And they've been cooking with it, because like even though
they've been cooking.
Mario Kart World is good, I think Sonic Crossworlds is going to be great. Even the beta test, I would rather, like, I find myself spending more time at a time playing the open network test than I did playing Mario Kart World.
Yeah,
That's just
100%. Yeah.
So,
Of course, they had to do it while I was out of town, so I could only play it on the last day,
of
hours
course,
before it
it'd be
ended.
like
That's
that.
how
You're
it
such a
goes.
busy guy.
Busy guy, but I will always make time for Sonic the Hedgehog.
So if
Yeah.
you're listening to this right now, let us know down below what your thoughts and opinions on Crossworlds versus Mario Kart World is. We would love to hear all the contrasting opinions, because I don't think there's a wrong choice. I think they're both good.
And
So-
who's your main? We want to know your mains on both games.
Ooh, who do I? So I put out a short that it did okay. It did pretty decent, where I was talking about how I use boost and speed characters. So I was swapping
Oh,
between
yeah.
wave and jet, and I would use the board, and I would have all of my gadgets be like boost gadgets, and like the one that gives you 2 boosts instead of 1 and allows you to start with boosts. And all I did was like boost through the whole race. Like I was never slowing down. But then a lot of other people are like, well, actually, it's better to have defensive items, because if you do get into that like first place spot, you can very easily lose it if you just get hit with one item and now everyone's past you. And then there's the people out there who are absolute monsters and just rock the car gadget immediately. And
You mean the monster truck?
the monster truck, and just blow over everybody as soon as the race starts. You start the race and you
cool to
hear
get- yeah.
and there's like 4 of them coming after you.
You know, it's great to get your 5 to 10 seconds of fame, but where does that really leave you at the end of the day?
It makes you feel
I mean,
good,
it's
though.
still-
It's not about winning. It's about
yeah.
sending a message.
It's the dopamine hit. Yeah, you
It's
got
the
to assert your
dopamine
dominance.
hit, right?
You got to assert your dominance right from the get-go.
And actually,
Absolutely.
truth be told, the fun fact is that when I grabbed footage for that, I did one race with that gadget so I could get footage for it for my short. and I ended up winning that race. So listen, if you
It's
got the skills,
possible.
it's possible. If you got the skills, sometimes you take that early lead and you just never let it go, right? You make it work.
You think you got the skills to take on the leaderboard?
Oh, absolutely not. Not even close. I am a solid, like, I'm gonna get up to C tier and I'm just gonna hang there. I think that's the
Oh
best
my
place for
goodness.
me. I'm chilling.
Yeah. I gotta go for legend here at some point.
Mm.
I gotta climb the ranks. I think I have a shot.
I think I'll
If the
have fun
Sonic
playing it. I don't know
community,
if I'm gonna put that much time into it. There's so like I'm
it,
looking at my like calendar and I'm
yeah,
like literally Sonic Crossworlds comes out and then the next day the Pac-Man 2 remake comes out.
it does, and that
Mm-hmm.
was also fun to play at PAX. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
say, it's a cute little game. You gotta play that when it comes out.
I'm gonna try because I did a review of the first one. It was kind of more of an ironic review, but I'm thinking maybe I actually put my heart and soul into reviewing a game for once, and so
Did you play the original?
like the original from like the PS1, PS2. No, I didn't have video games when I was a child. That's why I'm experiencing them all as an adult now.
A lot of people were excited for the Pac-Man remake at
Mm-hmm.
Gamescom opening night live. Like they were on it.
All I know is that like from Pac-Man World 1 and Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 2 was like the one that everybody loved and adored because it was good. And so when Pac-Man World 1 was remade, it was okay. But now that Pac-Man World 2 is being remade,
Expectations are up.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, maybe we got it. We got something cooking here.
yeah.
But I do want to like shift into another topic here. We did heavily lean into that Mario Kart World, Sonic Crossworlds,
Hey, we're
and
passionate
we
about great
are. We
games.
love our video games. We do. So another
Yeah.
thing, if you didn't see it, this probably won't take as long to talk about, but it is true. We talked about it before how the Switch prices went up. And not shortly after that, we had the information that an update on PS5 pricing is coming to the US as well. And I said it before, whenever it says an update on pricing instead of, hey, we're lowering prices, then it's going up. And they have indeed gone up. The digital and the physical both went up by $50, and I think even the Pro raised its price as well. So PS5s now cost more than they did on release, and this is the first console generation, I think, in history since the PS1, where several years after the release of a console, the price has gone up instead of down. Every other console has gone down.
Yeah.
This is the
It's
first one where both the Switch and the PlayStation have both gone up.
it's so interesting because like I remember how out of stock like PlayStation 5s were when they first
Hmm.
came out
They
at
also
the
came out
price
during
point they
COVID, and that
were.
was like one of
They
the
came out
things
during
that
COVID.
made it tough to get one.
Yeah, so you would think like what, 5 years later that like, the PS5 would maybe go down a little bit in price, but it's going up.
And you would think at this point, anyone who has one or wanted one already does. And
Yeah.
so now, if you're getting a PS5 now, it's because it goes down in price, and you're like, oh, it's cheaper now.
Yeah.
I guess I could afford that because that's what they did with the PS3 and the PS4. When the PS4 first came out, it was
Yeah.
what, $400, and then when they lowered it to like 300 or even 250 for the holidays, yeah, people are like, sure, I'll pick one up, and it's a Blu-ray player. Mwah, magnifique. But
Exactly.
nobody's gonna want to buy a PS5 now. I don't know anyone that is in the market to look for a PS5, especially now with the prices raised. So I don't know what PlayStation's getting at here. I don't know if they're just like anticipating that they're not gonna sell anymore, and so they're like, okay, this is a gambit as far as trying to play into the tariffs. Who knows what it is? But all I know is that this wasn't a good move for the consumer, and it definitely isn't a
No,
good move for PlayStation either, whether it's financial or
no,
PR wise.
no. But they got to respond to the market trends,
Hmm.
so
They're
that's
like,
where it's
well, if
trending.
Nintendo can do it, we can do it. And it's no, you can't. Nintendo's not even getting away with it because I don't know anyone who's in the market for a Switch 1 at this point. If anything, and we talked about this before, I think the reason why the Switch 1 went up in price is because of the fact that they're trying to push people towards the Switch 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you had any additional thoughts on that before we moved on to another thing.
I don't. We can keep that one short and sweet. The prices speak for themselves.
And
I'll say
also, I
that.
wanted to. This is I got an at in a specific Discord that I know you're also in, and it is about a certain key for a video game that we are both going to play this weekend.
Ah,
And
I
I am
should.
seeing that we are getting a good version, a good copy of that game. If you have, you can, because I can't click over it because it's on your webcam, but you can click over and you can see what you're getting. You
I
can see when the
see
embargo
it.
lifts, the how much of a head start you would get, and they still haven't told us how we're getting our keys, even though the game comes out in a day.
Uh, let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah. I see it. Well, by the time this video comes out, the embargo will have lifted, right?
Yeah, so technically we can talk about it. So both
Technically, we
Michael and
can
I,
talk about it.
but it's a good transition away from PS5 madness. Both Michael and I will be
We pay
getting
attention to our embargoes. We have to. We have to.
we'll be getting a key for Borderlands 4. I am looking forward to it. I have
Yay!
all the other ones, and I'm gonna play with Carly, who also has all the other ones. You got the controller. How many controllers do you have now? I swear, I looked
I
through
have
your
quite a few.
Instagram, and you're like, okay, now unboxing this one, now unboxing that one, now playing with this one. You have to
I
have like
literally,
5 or 6.
I literally, wait. I got both of these in
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, and
I
then
do love those. Were those gifts or did you?
uh, they're both from Power A, but I got this one at the like Twitch Seattle meetup that I just had access to pick up off the shelf because I was like, you know, VIP quote unquote or whatever.
Nice.
And then this one was gifted to me by
That's a beautiful
Xbox.
gift. Beautiful.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Xbox gave me this one in Power A. So this was the controller that they had at the Borderlands 4 PAX booth. So
Nice.
I got to like feel it before I actually got home and like had it for myself. It's a good controller. They have the profiling buttons on the
Oh
back
yeah,
and
they got the
everything,
paddles.
little
Ooh yeah.
paddles. This is $100 controller. I
That's a
looked
good
it up.
looking controller.
It's a
Listen, the only
good
one I have to show
controller.
off is the same one from last time. I still have this one.
Yep,
I still
that's
haven't
right.
used it because I don't want to like ruin it.
Yeah, but this controller is fantastic. So I'm excited for it. We both got accepted into the Vault Network Creator Program, and they
Mm-hmm.
seem to be letting a lot of people in, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very exciting. Borderlands 4 comes out. It should be out by the time this goes up. So
And I saw something funny about the release dates for that. I wonder if I can cycle back to that because they said it in the
yeah.
Discord where I was streaming yesterday and someone in my chat was talking about they're like, yeah, I'm gonna play it on the 11th, and I was like, I can't play it on the 11th. Like I have it on
It
PlayStation,
comes
like I
out
pre-ordered it,
later.
and it says
Yeah.
like, yeah, it would come out on the 11th at like 11 p.m. and they're like, no, no,
Oh
no, no, no,
yeah.
mine comes out at like 10 a.m. I'm like, what? How? And
Review
yep,
copy.
here it is. The US launch times are different depending if you have it on console or on PC. So for PS5 and
Oh.
Xbox, it's midnight Eastern, but on Steam and Epic, you can play it as early as noon on the 11th. A whole
Oh wow.
12 hours earlier. So
Hmm.
I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know what the idea behind that decision is. I don't really care, but it is
Yeah.
interesting that that is something that they decided on where they're like, yeah, the consoles have to wait a little bit longer than the PC versions, but like by the time that this goes up or you're watching this, there's probably people streaming it right now because they have their early copies or they're on Steam or PC. And it also lets you know, hey, if you pre-ordered it on Steam or Epic, then you might be able to play it right now. Go check, go see if it's been released.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
But
probably still gonna wait until Friday specifically because that's when me and my wife decided that we were gonna like dedicate that evening. She gets off of work
oh,
early. We were gonna play it all evening long. Maybe we'll order a pizza and make a whole night of it.
yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
it's gonna be great. So even though I'm not playing it early, I'm making a whole event out of it, and that's also National Video Game Day if you didn't hear.
That's
And
right, it is.
G Fuel is supposed to be giving me a free tub of G Fuel to give away. So it all lines up where I'm like, I'm playing Borderlands, it's National Video Game Day, let's order a pizza, I'm giving away G Fuel. It sounds like it's going to be a heck of a time. So,
Sounds like a solid day and great way to start the weekend.
oh, absolutely. And this weekend's going to bang. And by bang, I mean I'm going to just play video games the whole time. Because I think on
Yeah.
Saturday we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wake up and play more Borderlands 4.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that game because I
Mm-hmm.
applied to Borderlands' new like creator program because I was like, man, I remember playing Borderlands 2 growing up just casually with my dad, and like those
Mm-hmm.
were some fun like late night gaming sessions that just like it really honed in on like why I like love gaming. So
Mm-hmm.
seeing Borderlands 4 come out is like pretty awesome. And I know the community's been very passionate about that game. I've seen
Oh, the
the
Borderlands
discourse on
community
it.
loves
Oh man,
Borderlands.
they
And
they
not
love
like
it
an
so much.
annoying way that other
No,
communities love their games. No, they are just
no,
passionate and want their
they are.
they want their video games to succeed and be good and do well.
Yeah.
And
A lot
so
of the folks like fought to make sure like the map like accessibility was like in the game, and the devs were
mhm,
like, "Hey, we actually listened. Here you go."
I love
So
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, for
It's a
me,
good community.
my first Borderlands game was actually Borderlands 3, surprisingly. I got in kind
Yeah,
of late, but like after playing that, I was like this is really good. I enjoyed it. And then I heard from Borderlands fans they're like, "Oh, that one was terrible. What do you mean?" I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, go play the first two." So I got the first two as well, and those ones are pretty darn good. I will give
yeah,
them that. Handsome Jack is
yeah.
probably one of the best villains in video game history. You can disagree, but if we're making a Mount Rushmore of video game villains, Handsome Jack's up there easily. He's so charismatic. He's so funny.
Yeah,
You love to hate him and hate to love him. You know what I'm saying?
for
So
real.
I get why people were disappointed in 3 now, seeing how good 2 was, but knowing that uh, 2K and the people in Gearbox behind
Yep.
Borderlands 4 have taken a lot of that criticism to heart and wanted to build and make Borderlands 4 more story centric and more catered to what the community is looking for instead of just being like guns, 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 guns. Because that was the big draw of Borderlands 3. I remember seeing the trailers for Borderlands 3, and the only thing that the trailers really focused on was guns, 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 guns. And people are like, okay, but there's like so much more to Borderlands than that. Yeah, the guns are a big part of it,
Yeah.
but can we get more? What like what makes Borderlands Borderlands, right? It's the world, it's the characters,
Yep.
it's the
Exactly.
story. So if
Hmm.
you're just going guns, 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 you're leaving off a big part of what makes Borderlands Borderlands, and consequentially, what made the movie so bad. I don't know
Oh
if you
my
saw
gosh.
that or not. The movie was not
The movie, I heard some
good.
stories about that movie. Oh man, don't watch it, honestly. Don't.
I went to see it and I was like, okay, I
Unless you
get it
want to
now.
unless you want it to be like, you know,
Uh-oh, is Michael okay? Michael might have his one freeze. We got 37 minutes before he froze though. That is a new record actually. So I'll tell the story about how I went to the movies to see the Borderlands movie with Carly and then our friends Ben Royko and his now wife, and they were like, "Ooh, that was not a good movie." uh, so anyway, very much looking forward to Borderlands 4. If you are looking forward to Borderlands 4, look how excited this guy is for it. I mean, look at that. Look at him. And I'm happy to hear that he actually has played some before and he's familiar with it, you know? He says talk about backyard. All right, I'm going to take this time transition to another topic that I know a lot about, and Michael will fix his PC. But a game that I've been playing a lot recently that I highly recommend to everybody is Backyard Football. It just came out. I'm already almost done with all the achievements, but that's actually saying something because these achievements are crazy. I think I'm actually going to end up making a video about it because of how crazy some of these achievements are. We've got, the win 20 season games, perform a 50-yard field goal, which I found out this is broken. If you line up for a 55-yard field goal and you kick it, the game only sees it as like a 48-yarder because it counts like your yard line, not where you actually kick it from. So you have to be at like the 50-yard line when you kick it, and you got to kick like a 65-yarder. Hey, you get two versions of me now. Here we go. Can I? Nope, that's just me. All right, sorry. You just get two versions of me now until Michael gets back, or I can just do this. He'll be back, I promise. I'm sorry if you're here for Michael. I know he has so much more to say, and he's a lot more charismatic than me, but we'll make do for the time being. There's a special one where you can play as the tackling dummies and Mr. Clanky. They're the practice squad. You're usually there only during practice. And being able to play as them, I think, is a really funny quirk. That all you need to do is make a coach that's called Mr. Clanky, and it gives it to you, and you instantly unlock that. So the fact that it's only 3.4%, I think it just means people don't know about it. I made a short about it already. It's out there. You can look into it if you want.
You sure did.
I sure did. Oh, are we back? Are we so back? He's almost back. I'm just talking about some of these ridiculous achievements. Most of them are... Oh, never mind. He's frozen again. Most of them are okay. Like, hey, win a conference game, be undefeated in your season play. That's doable. The game's not that hard. Return a kickoff for a touchdown. You'll probably get that eventually. But then there's like perform 20 sacks in a game. And you have to understand that the other team probably only gets 20 total snaps in a game. So you have to either manipulate it where they have the ball more than usual, or you need to get a sack on every single down. So what I did was I manipulated it so the other team had the ball more than usual, and as soon as I sacked them and got the ball back, I punted on first down. That's just what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's that's you got to work around it. Michael's still figuring out his stuff. The other ones I got to do and figure out are the rush for 5,000 yards in a season and pass for 5,000 yards in a season. And the thing is, you usually hit that mark if all you do is focus on one or the other. There's 14 games in the season, and you'll hit that around game 9 or 10, but that means you can't do both in the same season. And so that's 2 extra seasons you got to do. So I did one season where I just kind of played through and enjoyed myself and hit as many of these just going as I could, and now I'm currently in the middle of doing a 5,000 yard pass season, and when that's done, I'm going to do a 5,000 yard rush season. And you have to do those anyway because you need to win 50 season games, and as you can see, I'm only halfway done with that anyway. And so you gotta complete 4 seasons, okay? So if I'm gonna do 4 seasons, I might as well have fun with one. I might as well do one for passing, do another one for rushing, and then just continue playing on a 4th season for the funsies. But the one that I think is going to be really, really difficult is performing 10 interceptions in a game, because again, the other team only has like 20 total snaps. So you have to like intercept every single play and then manipulate it to give them the ball back immediately by like kicking on first down. And this doesn't work in 2-player because I tried, and man, they knew I was going to try to cheese it, weren't they? Yep, they knew. So this is one I'm going to have to go out of my way to specifically try to do, like play only a zone so I'm not sacking the quarterback, hope that they run the ball, and then hope I intercept it, and then kick it back to them immediately and try again. Otherwise, everything else seems doable. I have no idea what this one is. It says pass for 10,000 yards with a single player. It doesn't say in a single season, so I'm hoping it's not in a single season. I'm just hoping that as I'm playing and I've already done 5,000 yards in a season, and as I continue to play, eventually it'll just pop because I've only been using one quarterback this whole time for it. I don't know. I'm hoping that that's what this is, because as far as global achievements go, that is the one that like nobody has. It is hard enough to get 5,000 yards in a season. 10,000 yards in a season, I think, would just be impossible. So I don't know if this is in one season.
Are you gonna go for the impossible?
It's no? Okay. So you got to understand, Michael. You got to understand. It is difficult enough to get 5,000 yards in a season, whether it's passing or rushing. Yeah. Very hard. And 2 of the achievements are to get 5,000 receiving yards, and another one is 5,000 rushing yards in a season. And then one of them that just says 10,000 pass yards. And it doesn't say in a season, but I'm hoping it's not in a season, because if it is in one season,
probably not.
That's going to be impossible. Well, currently on the global achievements, it's a 0.0%. Nobody has this at all. People have the more difficult ones, like the 5,000 in a season or whatever. And that's like a 0.3%, which is already really, really rare. But also the game's been out since yesterday, so maybe this is just one of those that it'll happen over time as long as you play enough, and just people haven't had the game long enough to play. But anyway, this game is fun. I highly recommend it. Thanks for listening to me. I'm glad that this could be like our in-between waiting for Michael's computer to come back
Yeah,
and now it's back. So
it still might cut out. So I
Mhm.
appreciate Aaron holding down the fort while I continue to deal with the issues I'm dealing with.
But you know
So
what? Your new PC is 25% funded and growing, so
I
it's
hope
just a matter of time, right?
I hope so. It would be amazing.
Make it
It's
like a Christmas thing,
yeah,
right? Like you just be like, it's
right?
the 12 days of Toontown on Christmas, and you play Toontown for 12 days straight until your PC is funded. I don't
Oh
know.
my
There's an
God.
idea. Come on, you just gotta
And
be
only
creative.
Speed Chat Plus do these ideas
You know,
come
I
up.
actually had that idea a long time ago, not for like funding a PC, but it was going to be called the 12
Yeah.
Days of Toontown, where I was going to do 12 hour streams back to
Oh
back
my
for
God.
12 days and play
Whoa.
Toontown for all 12 of those days. And I didn't do it because I think I just had better things to do with my time. But that is an idea. So if you want to make an event, I would say announce it in November. Let everybody know. Choose the 12 days. Make sure that you know what you're doing for those 12 days. You can hop between Rewritten. You can hop between Corporate Clash. Heck, play Fellowship. That game's still open, as I've now learned in the past month. There's
You made a
plenty of
video.
Toontown servers. I did make a video. Shout out my
Yeah.
video if you haven't seen it. It's doing pretty well. I think it's at 2,000 views and 200 likes so far, and this is the first day it's been up. So
Wonderful.
big video, big video.
Yes.
But yeah,
Uh,
no, like that's an idea. If you're looking for an idea, it is a lot. But knowing you, you are somebody who can stream for 12 hours at a time and not get sick of it. So I mean,
I think we just have to run predictions and be like, how many times can my PC freeze in a single 12-hour stream times 12? And then whoever's closest to the correct number gets a prize, you know?
yeah, there you go. And the prize is
Yeah,
a crisp high five because you're trying to save
that's
all your
right.
money for a new PC.
Exactly. Yeah, I was telling people like I can't do a subathon during September even if I wanted to because
Because
I
you
have
can't
to
guarantee the
pause.
PC is gonna stay.
I have to pause the timer somehow and
Yeah,
start
and
it,
it's like if
and
you're trying to
pause it,
leave your stream on
start it.
overnight while you sleep, there's no guarantee that it doesn't just die while you're sleeping.
Exactly. So it's
Hmm.
virtually impossible for me right
Like I've
now
been
for
there. I've had it
yeah.
happened twice in my subathons where like something went wrong in the middle of the night and like Noah had to call me being all like, "Bro, your computer is like your stream stopped." And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to go fix that." And it's like
Like
2 a.m.
call
There's one of them I caught on my own because I got up in the middle of the night to pee and I like peeked in on the computer room to like see if it was still going. And I ran like Toonie the Tiger to play on autoplay, but it ended one of the episodes and just sat there. And it was like, he'd
oh,
choose your next video. And I was like, autoplay didn't work. Okay. So I went in, clicked the next video, set autoplay back on, and went back to sleep.
that's so funny.
So sometimes you got to do that. And so your computer needs to be
Sometimes
in
you
tip top
do.
shape to do that.
Yeah. Well, you know what I am playing while my computer isn't in tip-top shape?
What's
I've
that?
been playing some Hollow Knight Silksong lately,
Now,
and I
that
gotta
is a good
say,
game.
that game, well, at least the boss that I tried to attempt this morning for like 3 hours
Hmm.
is kicking my butt.
It's
It
a
is
hard game. It
so
is.
fun. It's
It is
fun. It's
fun, though.
fun.
It's addictively
It's
fun.
frustratingly fun.
Can
Oh
I
yeah.
just point out the irony that we made our last episode not even a month ago, right? It was
Oh
like
my
mid
God.
August. From that last episode, Silk Song got announced and released, and then this episode happened. Like,
Silksong was
what
just
a timeline.
it was a dream. It was a meme. That's all good. It was a dream. It was a meme. The clown mask was on. But I attended Gamescom opening night live. Jeff Keighley walks onto the stage, greets everybody in German, and lo and behold, the first gameplay of Hollow Knight Silksong hits the screen. And everyone's losing their minds. They're like, "Oh my god, it's coming out this year." And then like later, a couple days later, Team Cherry's like, "Hey, here's like a trailer. Also, here's the release date. It's in 2 weeks." And everyone's like, "What? The what?" So
Honestly, if
yeah,
I had time to sit down and play it, I would love to do a dissection of how brilliantly this game was done. Just because of the fact that, like, not just the game itself, because I'm sure the game is terrific. I own it. I have not had time to play it yet. I'm so backed up.
I'm giving you the Death Luigi glare right
Have
now.
you even
Like
played the first one, Michael? Look at me. Tell me how many
I
hours do you have in the first game?
Yes, I played the first one a little bit,
A
not
little
not
bit.
entirely.
I've been
I
trying to
skipped
play the
straight to
first
Silk
one
Song.
over the past month during August before this
The
one
first
came
one is
out.
just as
It
fun.
is.
Oh
It's
my
so
god.
good. I actually got a pretty decent. I'm probably a good 50 to 60% of the way through it, and I'm currently dying a lot to. There's this one boss that there's these spinny bugs, and as you're fighting one of them, another one comes to life, and if you kill one, then another one comes to life, and if you kill one, another one comes to life, and it's
I mean,
it's a very difficult boss, and it's.
it sounds like the boss that I'm struggling with, where
Mm-hmm.
it will keep spawning like allies or minion enemies, like
Mm-hmm.
over time. So that
But I
sounds
do want to
crazy.
talk about like how Hollow Knight Silk Song, the people at Team Cherry, there's only like 3 of them as well, but so brilliantly knew that they didn't want to give a release date until they knew the game was done and ready, because they knew that if they put a release date out there 5, 6, 7 months ahead of time and then they don't meet that, they're either gonna a release an incomplete game. Hi, I'm in the middle of recording. I love you. You're great. They're either
Shout out
gonna
Carla.
a shout out my wife. I love her. They're gonna a release an incomplete game, or they're gonna b have to push that and disappoint everybody. So what they did is they kept quiet for a very long time, and then they're like, "Oh, the game's done. We'll give it. We'll release it in 2 weeks, right?" And that's when they released the trailer, being all like, "Hey, it comes out in 2 weeks." And so for that alone, I think more video games need to follow suit. That's actually something Toontown Rewritten started doing. This just brings it back to Toontown,
They
where
did. They
they
did.
stopped giving release dates until they were sure 100% that they could hit that release date. And
Yeah.
that is great. I think more games need to do that, because there was an entire plague of games being pushed and delayed, whether it's GTA as of recently, GTA
GTA
6.
6.
I remember The Last of Us 2 got delayed. A couple of the Star Wars games got delayed. There were so many different games that just kept getting delayed because they were mismanaging their time, their resources, biting off more than they can chew, or just trying to force crunch onto their developers, which you also don't want. So, for the health of the developers and for the sake of the actual community that's following it, don't announce a release date until you know it. And that's just one aspect of what made this game phenomenal with its marketing and its release.
Look, when we filmed our last episode, we had no idea when it was coming out. We didn't even know if it was coming out this year. Now that it
Mm-hmm.
came out 2 weeks after it got unveiled, we might have to revisit that Game of the Year discussion we had, because I think it might pop up as a contender.
I
I
think
just
it
don't
will
know if
contend for Game of the Year. I still think Expedition 33 takes
I
it,
think so
but this
too.
1000% takes indie game. 1000%, and it's getting multiple other rewards, whether it's like the gameplay style, artwork, music, whatever it happens to be. It's going to
Yeah,
be contending for multiple awards easily.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm such a fan of it, though. The game is so much fun to play. They already got early access crowd control like 2 days after the game came out for
That's
Silksong.
amazing.
I was like, oh my God, they already want our runs to be ruined. I just the mods for this game too. Yeah, like the community is just full throttle with Silksong. People are still playing it, enjoying it, loving it. And I don't know, it makes me happy. Like
Mm-hmm.
it makes me love gaming that much more
And can I like
between
add one
yeah,
more point that I think that Team Cherry did like phenomenally?
do it.
1000% the price. Okay, the original one
Yes.
is $15. Silk Song came out $20. So reasonable, and they can do that for 2 reasons. Number one, because they are only a team of like 3 people. Their costs were
Yeah.
probably pretty low to begin with. It was just some dudes
Yeah.
working, had plenty of money from Hollow Knight originally doing so well.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have to have an insane budget to make this game. But number two, they knew the game would sell so well, they wanted to keep the price low because they know they were going to make more than enough from it anyway, and just
Yeah.
wanted to be able to have more people experience it and enjoy it. There were people complaining that the game was too cheap and they wanted to give more money to Team Cherry to show their support. That's
Like it,
insane.
like even the pirates of the video game world were just like,
Yeah, that's a
"Hey,
real
I
thing.
respect it."
I think I
Yeah,
have that up somewhere. No, that's
it's
the cheat
very
code one. But yeah, no,
it's
there
very
was
real.
the people who generally pirate games were like, no, this game is actually good and it's $20. You spend more than that at McDonald's, okay? Just spend the money on the
You can
game.
You can forego all the coffee cups this week. Go
Yep,
get Silk Song.
exactly. Stop going to
Yeah,
Starbucks for 5 days, okay? And then buy Silk Song and play it and have it change your life.
yeah.
But
It's
they did so
amazing.
phenomenally with that not only is it not only is it setting a new standard for what indie games could be selling for, but it's putting AAA on edge because AAA just hit this
Yeah.
breaking point of teetering from $70 to $80, and there was a lot of market research done by 2K and Borderlands thinking that should release for 80. PlayStation was keeping a close eye, thinking that maybe Ghost of Yotei would go up that much. And after a lot of backlash from like Mario Kart World being $80, a lot of these other companies were like, okay, never mind, we'll stick to 70. And then Hollow Knight Silksong comes out at 20, and it's like
It's the disruptor, baby. Let's
it's
go.
awesome. It's so
I love it.
good.
Fantastic. I
And it
mean,
just goes to show that like there is a supply and demand here that if you keep it low, you can sell more copies and therefore actually end up making more money in the long run because you're selling more copies. The fact of the matter is it's not like it's a typical supply and demand chart where you have to pay for every single product that you're selling, right? Like I have to pay $5 for this mango, and then I'm trying to sell it for $8, but they're not like buying it, right? For video
yeah.
games, most of the time, it's kind of a set budget. You had $20 million to put into this game, and now you're trying to sell it for $60 and hoping that you sell 2 million copies and get 120 million back. Or you can set it to $30 and now you're selling 10 million copies and now you've made even more money. And so that already is more than your budget. The fact of the matter is if you make more than your budget, you probably did all right. And there are some definite sweet spots in between $20 and $50 that a lot of these games aren't utilizing because they just get money hungry. And a lot of them are for franchises that they know people are just going to spend money on them anyway, like Call of Duty. Don't even get me started on Call of Duty though, because they keep doubling down on trying to make you pay for a game and microtransactions. I'm surprised people are still paying for that game. I don't know. Crazy to me. But Silk Song is, as they would say, shattering the glass ceiling, and I hope that this not only pushes for like other indie games to kind of follow suit, because indie games have always been great about this, not overpricing their content. Making $20 is like crazy low, but even 30, I think 30 is a fine price to pay for a great
Yeah.
game. I hope that
Yeah.
this shakes up AAA studios and maybe we see it go back down to 60, or if anything, stop dumping $200 million into a video game. Right? Like, can we do
Yeah.
that, please?
For sure. Yeah.
Where's all that money going? They're just burning it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. Silksong does have a lot of bugs in the game though, so they might want to do something about that.
Yeah, we gotta go fix those bugs, you know what I'm saying?
Those
Isn't
bugs.
that what your job is as the Silk Song main character, is to go destroy those bugs?
Okay, anyways.
Oh, and then
Love Silksong.
I still think it's amazing how much love and care goes into these indie games anyway. There was a hard mode in the game that people didn't realize was there until they
Yes.
like figured it out. That it wasn't advertised, it wasn't
No.
talked about. It was just sitting idly until players figured it out. You what is it? It's by entering up down, left
Down,
right in the
right, right.
extras menu, you unlock Steel Soul mode, which is no reviving and death is permanent, that's insane, especially for a game that's as hard as it is. I don't think it ties to any of the achievements, but people will make it a personal
I
achievement.
I think it's gonna take time for people to like get through the game in that mode, but it might take years.
Oh yeah.
People are dedicated. They will
Hmm.
find a way. We're talking about the gaming community. Have y'all seen like how some of these Tetris players have like broken the game before after how long?
And you know what this
Like,
actually reminds me of? There was a guy who recently, and I guess it was within the past year, he made it his mission, his whole stream content started as I'm going to beat Dark Souls without taking a hit. And he did it. And when he did it, it was an
Yeah.
astronomical accomplishment because nobody had done it before. But then he took it a step further. He did it with Dark Souls 2. He did it with Dark Souls 3. He did it with Elden Ring. He did it with Sekiro. And then he decided to do all of them back to back to back without getting a hit. And if he got hit, not died, got hit on one of the games, he'd go back and start from the beginning and do the first game all over again. And
And then when he
after
gets back to the game he died on, he has to start from the beginning. All over again.
exactly. And so he did this for a couple of years and finally accomplished it. And so if you think people aren't crazy enough to make this their content for the next year and a half, you don't know gamers. This is somebody's stream
Literally.
for the next year and a half. Somebody who's
It
already
is.
cemented in this in like the Hollow Knight community or indie games or Souls-like or whatever it happens to be. This is free stream content. This is your personality now, all right? They will make YouTube videos about you or whoever is the first one to be able to complete this mode. Because this is a hard game. Godspeed. It's not going to be me. I haven't even touched the game yet, man. I still got to do that. I got to finish Backyard Football first and then play Borderlands 4. And then, yeah, there's a lot I got to do. Okay, so
There's a lot of
I'm gonna
games.
be busy. I really do want to be able to make at least a short commentary video about the brilliance of what Silk Song did for the indie community and gaming in general.
100%.
Just because, like, just the release date and the price alone is enough to.
It's a masterclass.
It's masterclass.
Right?
It's brilliance.
Yeah.
It's what you want to see from everybody, from every single gaming developer. You know,
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know, we're going to get even more great games, hopefully, in the next Nintendo Direct.
I know.
It might already be out by the time this goes up. So
Well, this is going up on the 11th, and the Direct is the morning of the 12th. So
That's correct.
if you're watching this
So
video,
not
it
yet.
goes out. It'll be tomorrow. Otherwise, you can always refer back to this after you've seen it and let us know what we missed or got right or got wrong. Because at this point, I don't know what else they have to announce.
Well,
I don't know.
apparently it's an entire hour's
whole
worth
hour.
of Switch 2 and Switch games. So
Do you think, did they say new? Is it specifically new? Or is it
I'm
like
pretty sure the
some
post
returning
said
stuff?
new. Pretty sure the post said new. I'll double check.
I can't
mean,
imagine what else they would have to show because they've already announced what Kirby Air Riders. They are really high on Metroid Prime 4.
Yep, and those are games I did play at Gamescom, by the way. They were a lot of fun to play
Oh,
too.
I bet.
ZA, yeah, they were so much fun.
Yeah, it's like it feels like all of their big titles are already coming out this year, and what else do they have? I mean, if anything, did Metroid Prime 4 get a release date yet?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
No,
It doesn't. It doesn't specifically say new, but Metroid Prime 4.
No release date yet. It only
don't
says that
think-
it got an age rating, which I'm assuming it's just going to be T.
Yeah,
12 plus T. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be T. It's what we expected it to be.
maybe we'll get a final.
I think we get a
curtain
release
call.
date. That's
for
my
Metroid.
bold prediction. We get a Metroid Prime 4 release date because it is supposed to come out before the end of the
Yeah.
year. And
if
it's just running out of time.
Yeah, and if it doesn't happen on this direct, maybe they'll do what they did with Kirby Air Riders and give it its own direct.
Maybe.
I feel like it's worthy of one. So, and I feel like Metroid and maybe Kirby. Well, I don't know if Kirby comes out this year, but Metroid, if it comes out this year,
It's supposed
I think
to.
it's.
Unless
it's
they
supposed
delay
to.
it and they're doing whatever their company does.
I know, right? I think Metroid's worthy of some Game Award nominations. I know I keep focusing on it, but like I'm always thinking about.
It's a good point of emphasis. It is. So.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I played Metroid with the mouse controls on the Switch 2 demo. It was actually pretty fun. Not gonna lie, like it was solid. I think people will really enjoy Metroid.
But yeah,
It was a lot of
that's
fun.
my bold prediction is a Metroid announcement for at least a release date. I'll make one other bold announcement or bold prediction for an announcement, and I don't think this is going to happen. But if it does happen, this would be the time for it to happen. It's because what is the one series that comes out on every Nintendo console? They've always had one. It's always been one per Nintendo console, and they haven't had one announced for the Switch 2 yet.
You mean like sports, like Wii Switch Sports? They already have Switch Sports, so I
Nope,
don't know.
it's not Switch Sports.
Okay, it's not sports.
It's
is it
Mario based without being specifically Mario.
Mario based without being Mario. Not Pokemon because they're coming out with a Pokemon game.
Mario's in it, but it's not a Mario game.
Smash?
Smash. We have not had,
Yeah.
because when did Smash Ultimate come out? It's been years at this point. And I know
It's been a while.
Smash Ultimate is supposed to be the ultimate version of Smash, just like Mario 8
Yeah.
Deluxe was supposed to be like the ultimate Mario Kart. And but the thing is that they've always had one for every console. And they haven't had one for Switch 2 yet, and so it's been several years. This would be the time that they would probably announce one. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be good, or they're actually gonna bring back all the characters, or if it's gonna be a step in the right direction. But just from their track record from the past 20 years, this is what they've done. If there was if there was going to be a new game that's announced that we haven't heard about yet, it would probably be that, because what we've already heard about Pokemon, we've already heard about Metroid, we've already heard about Kirby, we've already heard about this and that and that and that. The only other guess is maybe like a Mario sports game, but who knows?
Maybe. Maybe another Fire Emblem game. I don't know. Star Fox could use some love, I
It
think.
is an hour long. It very well could be
Yeah.
multiple games, and I'm just thinking like what their big finisher is, because they always have like their biggest announcement at the end.
One more thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
we
mean,
have one more
hey,
announcement for you.
it's never too early, Nintendo, for you to give me a little more Tomodachi life. That's all I'm gonna say. It's never too early. We could use some more, little pockets of Tomodachi
Yeah,
life.
so it's I don't think it's gonna be Mario Party. They just had a Mario Party come out not too long ago, and if anything, they did the TV, the Jamboree TV expansion, which
Yeah.
I don't think was all that good. I'm just gonna stick with the base Mario Party. I think I'm fine with that.
I know they had the demo there, but I did not get in line
It
for
just
it.
it I've
So
seen reviews. It's not that exciting. It wasn't worth the addition, and like the only cool thing was like the mouse mini games, but other than that,
yeah,
the actual like you can only play those through the Jamboree TV like button. They like split it into two different games when you load it up on the menu. It's like, why didn't you just incorporate it? I don't know. It's Nintendo makes some weird decisions. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, including the patent that they recently
I
filed.
know. What a good transition that we just did naturally without thinking too hard about it. But yeah, Nintendo actually just did a patent, like literally within the past 24 hours of us recording
And
this.
and this is a controversial one, very very
They patent
controversial.
in-game characters summoning others to battle, which is such a vague, huge umbrella,
That's the
because
quote. Yeah,
I know a lot of people have pointed out that this doesn't just apply to Pokemon. This is or even Pokemon likes, where it's like Temtem or Pal
oh
World.
yeah,
There's a lot of other just general things that fall under this umbrella, like Digimon. Digimon has been a very normal like franchise that has existed for a very long time.
yeah.
And
Bandai was demoing a new Digimon game at PAX that's coming out soon. Yeah,
and so this could like screw over that umbrella, and I think a lot of people are saying, hey, this is not good for gaming. Nintendo does not get to patent a genre. They can patent their Pokemon, that's fine. Patent your Pokemon types, but you can't patent a type of video game, okay? We need to have inspiration to grow. We need to not necessarily have copycats, but we need to be able to take ideas and build off of them to create better ideas. By Nintendo doing this, if for some reason this goes through, and I don't know what the steps are to stop this, or try to find loopholes around it, but if this goes through, it essentially says that Pokemon gets to dictate how good Pokemon is, instead of having other games like it add something new and push Pokemon to do better. Because we already know that Pokemon as of late has not been great. I'm going to say it, they peaked at Gen 5. Not to say that Gen 6 or Gen 7 were bad, but it was like it went up, it went up, and went up, it went up. Gen 5 was great. It slightly went down. It was still good. It slightly went down. It still was good. It slightly went down. It was kind of okay. And then it started to hit rock bottom with these Switch games. And if we don't
yeah.
have new types of games to introduce or push them to do better, they're not going to do better.
And I think that's kind of what they're experimenting with Legends EA, especially. I know I played a lot of demos, I call them out,
Mm-hmm.
but I did play the demo at both of these events as well, and it does feel like pretty like it's definitely rewrites the formula a lot. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to be interesting to see how the public you know fully reacts to that game and when it fully comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that it's going to be the start of an upward trend for Pokemon, but yeah, I'm not sure yet. Either way, back to the patent. Like it's certainly an interesting one. Like
Can I read out
uh,
these like the
these
specific
sentiments,
details?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, the
number one,
details.
there's details of the patent. It says number one, for it to infringe on the patent, there must be a PC, console, or other computing device, and the game is stored on a drive or similar storage medium. You can move a character in the virtual space. You must be able to summon a character. They call it a sub character, by which they mean it's not the player character, but something that you
Oh,
would have an extension that you can control, and they use Pokemon as an example. And then the logic branches out
wow.
with items 4 and 5 being mutually exclusive scenarios before reuniting again in the six, being this is about summoning the sub character in a place where there is already another character that it will then, when instructed to, fight. This alternative scenario is about summoning the sub character at a position where there is no other character to fight immediately. Kind of like in Pokemon where you'd summon it and they'd follow behind you.
All year round.
Like
That's exactly what I thought of. Yeah,
how can you patent having a pet follow you? Imagine like
that's
Minecraft where
crazy.
you can tame a wolf and then the wolf follows you. That would fit under this umbrella. Are
It
you
would.
are you kidding? Are you stupid? And then the
Yeah.
final step is about sending the sub character in a direction and then letting an automatic battle ensue with another character. It is not clear whether this is even needed or if one previously executed step where the sub character will basically be thrown at another character. But yeah, that's what the detailed description of it is.
The fact that it is as detailed as it is
Mm-hmm.
means that this would have had to have gone through a lot of chains of command, a lot of thought would have had been put into executing
And you know what it
the
tells me? It means they
application.
had something in mind for this. It means they looked at something like Pal World and went, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, that we need to stop this."
Mm,
Because they had their kind of buttons with
yeah.
Pal World in the past, and so I can very see this. I can see this being a targeted point towards other games of this genre, and Nintendo's way of trying to step in, being like, "Well, we tried to sue them and it didn't work, so we're just gonna patent it instead."
Mm. Yeah, who knows? It's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on, though.
Mm-hmm.
If especially if enforcement comes into play. So
And it's like
we'll
I
see.
love Nintendo and I love Nintendo games, but
Oh
they've
yeah.
always been so hit and miss on trying to deliver what the community wants. They seem to either hit it spot on or be way out in left field, and there's like no in between.
They definitely make some interesting like decisions. I'll say that. I mean, they're definitely not um, what's the word? Immune or invincible to like
Oh,
any sort of
definitely not.
critiques
Mm-hmm.
with some of their methodologies. Of course, like we still love Nintendo as like you said with the games and everything. I'm a lifelong fan, but it does also like when you see stuff like this, it definitely raises some question marks. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll continue to see how that develops in the months and possibly years ahead.
Remember, kids, bullying companies does good. We got them to change Sonic. We can change this as well. So
Oh my God,
make your voice heard.
The Sonic community, I love them, but they're also bullies. They're
They're
very
like, this is
passionate bullies.
bad. Change it, and then it gets
Yeah,
changed. It's crazy. So
yeah.
hey, maybe
Make sure,
maybe we can get
make sure.
Nintendo to be like, okay, geez, all right, fine, all right, we'll let other people
Yeah,
make video games kind of like this, and then if those are good, maybe we'll have to revisit how we're doing Pokemon and put some gosh darn effort into it.
we'll see. But yes, I will still be watching the Nintendo Direct. We will be
Oh, me
sad
too.
for the Nintendo Direct. We
Is
love Nintendo.
Oh, it's at a reasonable time for me since I'm not West Coast anymore. Let's go!
It's 6 a.m. my
I
time.
know, that's
I should
tragic. I'm
I
so
should I
sorry.
should be back in Germany where I watched the Kirby Air Riders Direct and it was like what, like 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Oh, beautiful. I was watching it on the desk at DevCom. Oh,
That's
I
awesome.
wish, but no, it's got to be 6 a.m. here. I have to actually wake up like a
Hmm.
normal person
Okay,
in
but
the
like to
morning.
be fair for you, you're usually up overnight, so you just need to stay up a little longer to watch it.
That part. That's the strat. It's like when you're trying to go on an airplane and you have a 6 a.m. flight, you might as well
Mm-hmm.
just stay up and sleep on the flight, especially if you're traversing long distances. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so for me at least, I think I'll be able to set an alarm and get up. Maybe I'll do a stream react to it. I think I just might.
Yeah.
I think that's how I'll start my Friday. And then I don't know, do I just like stream all day from that point? Do I just continue on playing a game until Carly gets home and then I play Borderlands the rest of the day? I just might. I'm thinking about it. I'll consider it. But
Lots of
yeah.
gaming in these parts. So
It's actually
chat.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how much
Yeah.
easier it is to wake up to watch a video game like direct than it is to wake up and go to work.
It's like, getting up to work, you're in your PJs, but when you wake up for that Nintendo Direct,
Oh,
you
full
are
suit and tie.
all
I'm ready
full suit
for
and
it.
tie.
I've been
That's
up for
right.
3 hours already.
I got my popcorn and I'm sat, ready to
Hmm.
go. Yeah.
So,
Although, lots of great games coming up. So the comments need to let us know, what games they're looking forward to. There's a lot of like
hmm.
little, releases that end up happening, expansions and skins and whatever actual games that come out that we don't even get around to knowing about or talking about. So if you know any diamonds in the rough, we want to hear them.
I think I bypassed what your expectations for the Nintendo Direct were, so I'd love to hear just if you have anything that I didn't say already. If
I
there's
don't know.
any bold
I'm one of
predictions you
the
want to make.
I'm one of the oddballs that kind of goes in with no expectations, so I'm not like furiously yelling or typing at the screen like when it ends, and I'm like, "That's it." No, I'm not one of
Oh,
those
definitely. I
like
mean, you're always happy with what's there, but
folks.
could you make a guess?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think maybe that they
Mm,
announce?
I have to think outside the box because I saw the last Nintendo Direct, and I mean, like, it was pretty hype. Like, some of the like Square Enix stuff with like Octopath and everything.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Don't say Kingdom Hearts 4.
Kingdom Hearts 4. That's where mine Clown Mask is located right
Oh yeah, I've
now.
got it on
We have moved
standby.
on from we moved on from Silk Song, but
It's next.
Sora
It's
still
in the
has
closet
his.
next to the maid dress.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Anything from Nintendo. It's really hard to think. I mean, you know, uh God, I don't know. I just want Tomodachi Life. That's all I want. That's all I really care about now. I gotta show some love to the
Fair.
Virtual Boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I really don't have any big expectations, but
Totally fine.
maybe we'll have some stuff to talk about when the Nintendo Direct does come out and we get back around to another podcast episode
Oh
that will
yeah.
be more frequent. So,
Hopefully every week now until Michael goes to TwitchCon.
yeah, we got about a month plus until that happens.
Sounds
So,
good to me. So I think we'll
mhm.
close out this one with saying one game that's coming out soon that we're looking forward to. I actually have like three, but that's okay. And then one game that you've been playing recently that you want to give a special shout out to, and I'm pretty sure that's a pretty obvious answer for both of us, but we're gonna go through it anyway.
I might have an answer that you might not think is as
Really?
obvious.
Okay, well then I'll let you go first. Absolutely.
Okay, so the game that I started playing actually pretty recently, I had some friends after PAX get me a little bit back into it. I didn't realize that it was season rank 30, and the last time I played this game was season rank 3. It had literally been like decades worth of
27 seasons.
seasons.
Jeez.
I am starting to get back into Pokemon Unite.
Oh yeah, I saw you
I
streaming that. That's
I did stream
right.
it. Yeah, I have some friends to blame for that. I didn't realize like all this stuff I was missing. They added so many new Pokemon and they're adding more Pokemon and they're adding more Megas and I'm just like overwhelmed with how many strategies and characters I can play. It's actually a lot of fun. So I
Mm-hmm.
have to give a massive shout out to Pokemon Unite for continuing to update their game. A game coming out that I am looking forward to is an obvious answer.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely is Sonic Racing Crossworlds, no question. Obviously, Borderlands 4 is also up there for me. Just long time been looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head as of this recording
But
that
also
is
you've been
like
playing Silk Song
not
and
a big
enjoying
hit.
that, so just shout out that as well.
Shout
As
out
if we didn't
Silksong, shout
talk
out
about it for
Silksong.
20 minutes.
Oh yeah. What about you?
Okay, I've got a few. So the game I've been playing recently is actually a couple of them. The first Hollow Knight, which I talked about earlier,
Yep.
fantastic game. If you've heard all of the Silk Song hype, go back play that one first. It's only $15. It's terrific. It gets you ready to play Silk Song when you transition into that one. Both phenomenal games, both worth your time. You could get both of them for less than most video games are single right now, right? $35 for both, great option. The other video game I've been
Yeah.
playing recently a lot is Backyard Football. Absolutely want to make a video about that one just because I've been enjoying it very much. The achievements are crazy, but they still did very well with the re-release on that. It makes me very happy, and they still have more to come. The 3 video games I'm looking forward to that weren't already mentioned, though. Number 1 is Ghost of Yotei. I know I've shouted this out before, but I'm still very excited to play that. I still have it pre-ordered. Very much looking forward to it.
It looks good. It looks good.
Little Nightmares 3, because again, I shouted that one out before. It looks very good. I know it's by a different development team, but I'm hoping that it's going to be great.
Sorry, I completely forgot to mention I also played that demo at PAX.
Did you? It looked good.
Oh, kept struggling at one particular part of the demo for the life of me. I could not get this hammer to swing onto this enemy. I tried.
Well, maybe they fixed it, so here's hoping.
Nah, great demo, great game, Little Nightmares 3. I gotta play the first 2. Anyways, proceed.
Right, but I have one more game that did finally get a release date from the last time that we talked to now, and that's Yuka Replayly. They finally finished the remaster of it. It comes out October 9th, which unfortunately, again, is the same time as Ghost of Yotei and Little Nightmares. And what else did I say was coming out right in the middle there? Pokemon X or Z.
Pokemon Legends Z.
Yeah, so that's literally a week after that. Like 4 games in like 10 days is ridiculous. Okay, I have to actually be specific about which one I play, and now I gotta figure this all out. So that's a whole mess. They all are like, October, that's a good time for a video game release. They all had to shift away from Hollow Knight, Silksong coming out, I guess. But Yuka Replayly has a release date now, and I've heard terrific things about how they've cleaned it up, made the worlds feel more full, and even got rid of some of the things that people had complaints about and replaced them with some better features. So very much looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah. Lots of good games.
Yep. Any final words before we go?
Glad we're back with the podcast, and we'll see y'all next week.
Absolutely. Fund Michael's computer so he doesn't have to cut out halfway through and leave me stammering about backyard football.
Please.
Yay. Okay, we're going to go. Leave a like, leave a comment.
Bye.
Okay, bye.